All right, welcome to another Woods Report. All right, so a lot happened. A lot happened. Just with the death of Takeoff from the Migos. I don't know if you have his name written down in your rap book, but
I might.
you probably have
I haven't
separate.
been writing in this book in a while.
We haven't been saying rappers' names, but the ones you have Offset, you have Takeoff. No, you have Offset, you have Quavo. You don't have Takeoff. So the sad part is you write them down and she keeps a book of rappers when we talk about them, so she can see who we talking about. The first time you put his name down is when he passes away.
Take off. Well,
Yeah.
you said I can't write them down until you talk about
I know.
them.
The sad thing
Now,
is
if it's about death, then that's the only way I can write
that's
them down.
sad that I had to talk about him dying.
Takeoff.
So yeah, that's his rap
That
name.
Wow.
It's not his real name.
Okay. Well,
All
I know
right,
a lot of
so-
these ain't their real name. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They can't be. Little Murder?
No. Mm-mm. No. It's not.
Okay, good.
All right, so let's start off with the first story. We always start off with talking about stuff from politics.
Yeah, kind of like the
And there's so
viewpoint.
much going on with that too, with affirmative action and Clarence Thomas, Uncle Tom, Clarence Thomas.
Instead of nephew Tommy, I was always saying Uncle Tommy.
Well, it should be
It's
Uncle Thomas.
Nephew Tommy.
And then
But this is truly the uncle.
yeah.
Uncle Tom.
Or not even the fact that there's no representation for us,
Well,
but it don't matter.
The black lady they just hired, they just sworn in, the new judge.
Yeah, she is, but I'm saying
And
that's
the Latino judge. What's her
Yeah.
head on this one?
Well, of course,
And
you know,
the one that they just hired in that got the black boy as a kid.
I agree. Well, no, remember she,
Okay.
All right. You raising a black son, but there's no
I know,
race.
I know.
There's no
She'll
color.
find out when that boy get older.
Pull it out the car and put on the yeah.
One of the Supreme Court judge's sons got pulled out.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize my son
I
is
didn't
black.
know, I didn't understand.
All right.
Okay.
And
okay.
again, they always go with what should be.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that way. Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be.
But everybody don't have that parent like you.
Right.
Okay.
I should be able to get on any bus and fit, but I don't.
Now that's reality.
Well,
That's
it's,
nothing to do with race.
you make the seats wider
You can
then,
make
right?
them-
No, because they'll
you can
say
become smaller.
exactly. They'll say you shouldn't be the size you are.
You can lose weight.
Because now instead of having 60 seats on the bus, because of y'all fat Americans,
right.
every bus got to be 10
They
seats
got
on
those
the bus.
those buses with the accordion in the middle where they
Yeah.
add on to it and it turns one part of it.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So we can say
Okay.
what should be and what is reality.
Okay.
All right, let's start off with what your thing is.
So the first topic they talked about, of course, they talked about because Pelosi's situation and her husband happened last week.
Yeah.
So this is what, Monday, Tuesday now.
Yeah.
But they talked a little bit about prosecutors' targeted attack against Pelosi.
Yeah.
They were talking mainly about you mentioned it yesterday about comb over Trump's son
Making jokes.
he made a joke
He dialed it back today.
He did.
Yeah,
He
but
had
go ahead.
to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he had to. Because
Even his father was like, I wouldn't even do that.
Thank you. You're getting your father's attention, and he wouldn't even go that low.
Mhm.
Oh my God. There's a certain level you need to be careful with as a politician. Everybody at this table, and I'm sure all of you guys listening to us, you don't have to like that person.
Exactly.
Don't agree with them. You may not even like them.
Exactly.
When the moment you hear about somebody
Getting hurt or something.
getting hurt, beaten by a hammer,
I don't even
concussion.
like comb over, but I wouldn't want to hear a story about somebody hitting him in the head with a hammer.
Hurting him and beating him up.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I don't know about they can shake him up a little bit, but not hitting him
That's
in
a
the head
certain
with a
level
hammer.
of beating
Punching
up.
him in the nose is different than hitting him in the head with a hammer.
That's wrong. But we should.
But if he got in a fight with Biden, Biden too old, but if Obama and Trump got in a fight and Obama punched him in the nose, I wouldn't be mad.
We'll be like, yeah, we
Right.
returning to gladiator days?
But not hitting him in the head with a
Think
hammer.
about the gladiator days.
Yeah.
Because I told my sister, I said, watch.
People
we're gonna
like
return.
that.
Here's the thing. The only thing they can probably get away with in the gladiator days, and it still may
If
be
it's criminal.
controversial, because there's some criminals who are on death row that still are innocent.
Well, here's the problem.
You would think death row people, because
Right.
they're dying anyway.
I wouldn't mind you doing that, but I know every gladiator would be black.
Yeah. Or Latino.
Or like they not gonna like nobody else. Though. It's like how come we don't never see no white gladiators out
What's
there?
the guy who played Russell Crowe?
Yeah,
We wouldn't see no Russell Crowes out there.
Okay. Especially if it's somebody with some money.
Yes,
forget it.
yes. He'll
Did
buy
he
his
come
way
from
out.
a good family? Never. He'll be poor. If the white people that's out there will be poor. They'll be trailered people like Eminem
as gladiators.
That's
just wrong.
So until that changes, no, we can't have them fighting against each other.
Well, I jotted down what Sarah said, because you guys remember Gabby Gifford when she was in Arizona. I believe Carrie Lake. They're talking about, okay, Carrie is a news person, anchor, and now she's in politics. They're saying that should be straight across the board for every politician. Whoever gets hurt, especially Gabby, who got hurt in her state, Arizona.
Okay.
First of all, you should say, my prayers go out to the family. I hope and pray that whether you believe in God or not, I hope that they're doing well, that they get better. Don't make comments that have something to do with a political, well, you were wrong politically.
They politicize everything. They politicize the Nancy Pelosi thing. They politicize Brittany. They politicize Takeoff. They made, I didn't even understand.
That political?
I was trying to figure out, how do you make Takeoff
a rapper
being killed political? And they made that about gun laws.
There you go.
Everything is political.
Everything, they'll pull it in and go, well, see, if Biden would have just changed the gun laws in Arizona, Gabby wouldn't have gotten shot. Are you kidding me? Can the first thing you say, though, is, my heart goes out to Gabby and the family? Don't go into a political comment first. Can you say, my heart goes out to Nancy Pelosi and her husband?
Yeah.
And don't go, Biden should have changed the laws where people like her family can be protected.
Right.
So a lot of that was spoken today when they made that mention. But Sarah did mention, I guess it was a politician who was kind of fed up with it, because he had to step back and say, with the Gabby thing, you know what? Enough is enough.
Right.
He said, when Gabby was entering, he said, anytime there's any political violence or the threat of it, the ultra partisans go in the other side mode.
Right.
My side good is good, your side is bad.
Right.
Rather than just simply saying being a hit by her husband being hit with the hammer is wrong.
It's just
on
wrong.
All accounts.
Period.
Because any of you guys could be that violence could have happened.
But if
to
it
you.
happened on the other, that's why I told you I'm not part of any party. Because if it had happened to a Republican, the Democrats would have said, well, if you guys didn't have sort of that rhetoric out there, people wouldn't be breaking in your house and doing that.
But you know what? Alyssa made a good point too, because she even had to say, she's seen Democrats come out and say, I'm feeling for the family.
Okay.
I pray for the family. And I'm glad she said that, because she said, I'm very embarrassed for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
She's saying on all points,
right?
Everybody, when you make a comment about somebody who just got injured,
that's wrong.
This was a
and it wasn't
abuse.
Even,
everything,
and
was
it
involved.
wasn't even Nancy Pelosi. Like, you would maybe even have an argument if it was Nancy Pelosi, because you could say, see, I told you I don't like her.
Right.
It's like Donald Trump. You could say him, but Melania, if it happened to him, Melania or the young son, not the older ones, the young son or something.
You don't wish
you would be like,
nobody.
What did they do? They didn't do anything. But him, maybe you have an argument.
Yeah.
But that's her husband.
So Alyssa did say
what did
that
her husband do?
On defense of the Democrats. She said she really haven't heard Democrats come out like that harsh. But where are we now in this country where you not so much even wish harm on them, you don't even speak to the fact that you want them to get better, or I feel bad that they got hurt.
Or how about just not say nothing?
Yeah.
What about back in the day? Remember back in the day, old people would say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
So what happened to the times where
quiet.
I do have a negative comment?
I'm going to keep it to myself.
But I'm not going to say nothing.
Yes.
Because I know how to read the room.
Yes.
People don't know how to read the room anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's the social media is out here, and people can say, they can get on the keyboard and type whatever they want. You're ugly. You're fat. I don't like you. I hate you. You make me sick.
Yes.
You did not. And so before, you had to go out of your way to say somebody was ugly. You literally had to walk in the room and say, can I get everybody's attention? And then everybody say, what? He's ugly.
Okay.
And then everybody will be like, you broke up our conversation to say that?
But I'm glad.
But now you don't have to do that anymore.
I'm glad you said that Donald Trump's son.
Oh well, he walked it back.
He had to walk
I
that
feel
back.
for the family, and no.
You're gonna show a pair of man's underwear and a hammer on.
Thank you.
That's your Halloween outfit.
Wendy says, "Hello, stars."
Hey,
Wendy. 84 years old. That must be Trump. I would be ashamed of myself for smiling, but I wouldn't laugh. There is still blood on Don the Con's hands still because he inspires this dangerous vindicate. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
They brought that on. They brought it where people are comfortable to going and, you know, and fighting for their rights and their American rights and make America great again.
They think the country is being taken over. So they feel like they like people in the other countries where they have to take
charge.
Yeah, go in and overturn and things like that. They feel like that.
We're losing our freedom.
Right, because the election was stolen. See, they actually believe that. And he doesn't. That's the funny thing about it.
I know.
So it doesn't matter.
Okay, so that was it with that though.
All right, so let's move on. Brittany, you got Brittany.
They brought
Griner.
Brittany's wife on, Cheryl Lee Griner. If I'm saying
this
Brittany's
was on
last
The View.
name. This was on The View, and they just talked about basically. They didn't show a picture. Maybe if the video shows her, because this is like them introducing her. So
breaking pleas fell on deaf ears after a Russian court denied her appeal and upheld her 9-year prison sentence. Right now, Brittany's wife joins us to share how she's fighting to bring her home and to tell us everything we might be able to do to help. Please welcome Cheryl Griner. Hey.
Cheryl. It's
Cheryl.
She's
cute.
She is.
Okay, so what about her?
I didn't know she was a lawyer. So
I didn't either.
She's I guess she's either passing the bar or getting ready to take the test or whatever, but my hand falls to her. So she kind of has a little bit of understanding, but she did mention, they asked her a number of questions, and one of them, of course, how she's feeling, how she's doing. She's only had a few times to speak to and she called her BG, so I say BG. And of course she got, a little sad about that, but she says she realizes that laws change in different countries, different states, different,
and it's
whatever.
Political.
She said, and how she built up BG. BG was a star.
In
Russia.
Yeah.
She won awards. She won a championship.
That's why they're keeping her.
They knew her name, and I think Whoopi was even asking, because they think she's gonna still be there, of course, maybe serve out her the whole 9 years or maybe part of it. But I think they send them to some kind of camp or something where they do hard labor. Yeah. And Whoopi was saying, I hope because of her, or Joy said it, because of her fame, they'll be a little favor from the other prisoners.
I already heard that they wanted her to do something basketball, and she didn't want to. It's too early now.
Yeah.
You didn't lock me up, and now you want me to do something.
She's the star of that dang on Russia. But you know what? I didn't know about
this.
But
they'll probably have her teaching them basketball and stuff like that.
I didn't know about this, what Sherelle had said. She said, because a lot of, everybody's sitting there going, could she have avoided this? What do you tell other people who... You have to go to other countries to play because, of course, we all talked about equality with the male and the females. Right. You got men making $40 million and the women 200,000 to 60,000 to 200,000. So they go out of the country and they play for other countries.
Well, Wendy said she made more money over there.
She made more money over there, and she was a star. Yeah. And a lot of women are doing that. A lot of female athletes, but. When she got on the plane, the WNBA had given her, emailed her saying, don't go to Russia. Because what's going on now, don't go to Russia. She was already on the plane there, getting ready to get off.
Oh, too late.
When you get there, come back. She was already confiscated with the mess that they found on her. So late. It was too late. I wish she had gotten that email earlier. She would not have been on that plane going to Russia.
And also, you have to understand, she needs to understand. I think anybody needs to understand. When you're famous, think of it, you going to, when they was talking about kidnapping people, like in the Dominican Republic and stuff. Yes. Me going to the Dominican Republic is not the same as somebody else going to the Dominican Republic. If you're a white person going to the Dominican Republic, you worth way more value than me. They probably be like, they know they ain't gonna get nothing from us. They gonna be like, First of all, she probably don't have no money at home. And second of all, her government don't think probably that hired her to do anything to get her back.
God.
Whereas they think if a white person come over there, especially a Christian, those Christian groups and stuff,
Yeah.
the missionaries and stuff like in Haiti, they think, oh, they worth something.
The church will pay.
And then the church, they'll give money to get those Christian people back because that's a Christian country.
Yes.
So you have to think about that. So she needs to know. The funny thing is recently, the game, he was supposed to go to, I can't remember where it was, Korea. To North Korea.
Ooh,
and they said,
dangerous.
No, what's the one that's legal? North Korea, right?
South Korea.
South Korea. Not the one with the fat guy.
Kim Jong-un, that's North.
So South Korea.
Because what's his name? The basketball player went there.
Yeah, no. He was supposed to go to South Korea to do a concert.
Ooh.
And they sent him a letter before, like a week before, and said, just so you know, no, we don't, marijuana is illegal here.
Yes.
And if it's in your system.
Oh, Lord. Do you have to test positive?
If you do it, it doesn't matter whether
he has to test negative.
It doesn't matter whether you do it here.
If
it's
illegal.
In
your system.
And he canceled his concert.
I don't blame him.
He said, "Oh hell no, I ain't going over there."
What just happened to her?
So you gotta, as a celebrity, you gotta be like, I'm not going to no other country until I know every dot and the T is crossed.
Well, BG's wife said she knows it's political, not only so much because of the clout of BG.
Yeah.
BG, it was prescribed to her from her doctor.
Sorry.
So,
well, they don't care in other countries.
They don't care. They don't care.
And
that's why she knows it's political.
It's political. She won't come home until after the election. She might as well forget it.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I wouldn't be surprised if Comb Over.
Well, that's the
steps in and says saves the day.
There's probably some conversation that we don't know about with him or somebody in his camp with Putin saying wait till after the election.
I need the votes.
Because I need the votes.
Trust me.
I need to be able to use her. I need to be able to use her as leverage.
Yes.
To be able to win.
Yes.
Because if he was to run now, I'm sorry, I think Trump would win.
If he got her home.
Even without getting her home, Biden would not win, I don't think, if he ran now.
Well, no, because you got Terminator 2 running, remember?
Well, that's not if T2 runs. I'm talking about Trump Biden.
Okay.
You've already decided who
they called me. They do these surveys now on the phone, and I like listening to them because they ask questions.
That's
I'm
why
like,
Trump
this question. Do you not know they asked me like what my governor for my state, who I'm voting for, whatever. I told them I'm independent. So I can go either way. I said, and I give them my opinions of the names I know. They asked for presidential. If Biden runs against Trump, they didn't even say other people. They just said Biden and Trump. I said, excuse me.
Yeah.
I said, why is it just Biden and Trump? I said, are there any other names on your survey? No, ma'am, this is on our survey.
They looking
Biden
ahead,
and Trump. I said, I had to almost tell the person talking to me. I said, guy, you don't want me cussing you out, right?
Yeah, he probably
because
laughing.
darn well I'm not going to say Trump. And
he started laughing.
He started laughing, but he had to get an answer to fill out the survey. Of course, I said Biden, but they already calling your house with surveys saying if Biden and Trump was running against each other, who would you pick? Really?
Yeah.
So, but I see what you're saying. That will be leverage for him. He will bring her home.
Yeah.
He will bring her home.
So he's using it as leverage.
His friends with Putin.
Yeah. He's using it as leverage. And he's also, if Biden ran against Trump, that's why it's funny how they asked you that. Yeah. They want to find out now. They trying to test
to see the waters.
They're trying to see what the temperature is.
Wow.
And right now,
Biden.
Trump will win.
Because my dad is even making
Wendy says Donna Khan is going to run with that nasty woman. I can't remember her name. You talking about Marjorie?
No, Carrie.
Oh, Carrie.
They said Carrie may be his running mate.
He'll win. I know y'all don't like it, Wendy, but
I'm
talking about right now.
But T2 may win.
Now, things can change overnight. Y'all know that. I mean, he could be taken out in handcuffs.
Because that's not into 2 years, right? They're not running for president until 2 years.
Well, it won't be until that, but they'll run next year.
So she has to probably stay in there for 3 more years.
She won't. I don't foresee her coming home before the election.
Sherelle did say, she said that she had to make clarification that yes, she has recently talked with Biden.
Yeah.
They can't give her details, but they're promising her that they'll always keep her in the loop with the negotiations because that's all they can do now.
I hope that it's not, I hope she can come home before the election. I don't believe it'll be before the election. I feel
she's used as a pawn.
So. Wendy says you're telling the truth, but I don't want to hear it. I know. And I feel like she needs to, at this point, I know mentally you can't tell her what to do.
Yeah.
She almost needs to lean into it. That's what I feel
Lean
like.
into
If
what?
they telling her right now you can teach basketball, or I would
Oh,
just
you
do,
mean for BG?
I would do whatever I need to do, so I'm not locked in my cell looking at the wall for
Because you never know.
24 hours a day.
A lot of times too, with her taking the initiative to listen to them and do what
The people might demand that they let her
that
go.
keeps her even busy,
and it keeps her relevant.
keep you, and then they'll see, oh my gosh, she's building this team,
And it
even
keeps her-
even behind the prison.
And it keeps her relevant.
Thank you.
So then it's not so much of Putin letting her go
Yes.
because of allowing her to be a pawn,
Mhm.
but his it makes him look good.
Yeah.
And what's going on with Ukraine, he's not looking good right now with his people. So I would teach.
Yes.
Basketball.
and keep busy.
I would
too.
make
That'll
them-
keep you.
I would be like, look, I'm gonna make y'all the best basketball
'Cause
team
think
in the
about
world.
it. That'll be the only time you can really start doing what you love to do.
I would.
Even though you are under pressure and you behind a wall,
But
and you
I
can't
can't.
go nowhere.
But we don't know how she feels, so we can't tell her what to do.
No, we're suggesting
We
that
just-
she does that.
I would suggest it only
Mhm.
because we know somebody who in our family went to prison,
Mhm.
and he was on the basketball team. He was a celebrity in prison,
He's real tall.
and he's good in basketball. If he wouldn't have went to prison, he would have went on to become a professional basketball player.
That's true.
Use whatever leverage you got.
Yeah, and that keeps you.
R. Kelly, I told you.
Music.
R. Kelly
Has he been teaching songs? Has he been writing?
R. Kelly needs to have a talent show.
Yes.
And it needs to be the best talent show every year. And prisoners in that talent show
Yes.
should sign record labels, and people would be coming to his.
He's looking for talent in the behind bars.
They will come to his cell block. Man, I guess I'm a rapper, man. He beat Quincy Jones in jail. Or Barry Gordy in jail, in prison.
Yes. Okay.
Because you're going to be in there for the rest of your life, R. Kelly.
That's true.
Become Barry Gordy
Yeah.
in prison.
Well, you know what?
Talk to the
I ain't trying to be
the
funny.
warden and have sessions like Barry Gordy,
I ain't
where they teach him how to groom them and all
I'm
that.
not trying to be funny, but we all know who read the Bible.
Yeah.
Paul was in prison a lot, wasn't he? And you know,
Mhm.
Paul did some bad things, so he had to pay for what he did
Yeah.
as well. Paul, how many letters did Paul write?
Yeah.
How many books did he write? How many encouraging letters did he write to Timothy and all of them?
Yeah.
He used his time to write.
I agree,
And all
Sherelle.
those books was written.
Sherelle Williams said she will come home. That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
so.
But I
Okay.
wouldn't rely on Biden.
We
and
would
all
be
of them.
so surprised if the opportunity
What
came
I'm
for
saying,
Como
Sherelle, is
or-
I'm saying once she gets her mind, because right now she's probably still depressed and everything. I
Yeah.
know.
And
I don't even want to
angry.
begin to know how she feels.
I don't even want to.
But after she gets past that, I feel like you got to try to do something yourself. Don't
Yeah.
rely on this government. I
Yeah.
wouldn't trust them with a 10-foot
Yeah,
pole.
and your faith hopefully will increase. As
Do
well.
it. I would say, let me figure out how to increase my value to Putin and his people to make him look. Oh, it's all about narcissism. He's a narcissist,
Yes.
just like Trump is.
Yes.
How do I make this narcissist look good so that his people demand that he lets me go?
Wow.
She got to figure it
Because I
out.
can guess that could hurt. Could they help or hurt you?
I don't know
Because
then you
they
become
be
more
reminded
valuable,
They don't want you to leave.
and then you want you to stay for 10
So now,
years.
oh Lord,
It's a catch.
She helps us
22.
win games.
I agree. I don't know. I don't know.
that's a
There's no
hard
one
one.
answer for her.
That's
She got
a
to
hard
pray
one.
and ask God
Yeah.
or whatever. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't rely on this administration.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sherelle said we have to trust God. Yeah, that's the ultimate.
That's it.
Because just like God, you said hardened Pharaoh's heart, he also opened Pharaoh's heart and allowed the people to leave.
He had that last. I think it was the last plague.
So-
if Pharaoh had to go, let him go. Go.
It has to be.
Be gone.
Will it be? Is her prayer and her faith strong enough to plague Putin until he lets her go?
That's true.
Is she going to be the Moses to go to him and say, God told me to tell you if you don't let me go,
You know what?
this, and this is going to happen to you.
I don't
And
know.
then this, and this happens to him. And then he go, you know what? Get the hell out of my country. I'm done with you.
Wow.
Everything you're saying is coming to pass. I want you out of here.
Wow.
Is it going to take that?
Mhm.
So it got to be her. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing with
And
her.
hopefully, and everybody is praying her through that she does gain strength and,
Yeah.
and focus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I think this is my first time seeing her her wife.
Yeah, she's cute.
Talking loud, talking in public.
Republicans are wackos says, yes, I agree 100%. Wendy says, do they go up for parole over there? I don't think
We
so.
don't know. And her wife,
And if they did,
is a
you know,
lawyer,
they still
so
gonna be
she's
like,
saying
no.
their rules are different.
And even if they did, you know, they're gonna
But
be
she
like,
said-
oh,
but
we don't
she's-
want you to leave.
But you know, that's why she knows it's political, because they've allowed people who even murdered people
to leave. It's
Yeah,
political.
So that's political.
It's
we
political.
all know this.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
That's a common sense.
Okay.
All right, so that's with
That
Brittany.
was it for that.
Brittany Griner, but we all praying that she come home.
Mhm.
I'm glad that her wife is an attorney,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so she's up to keep up what's going on,
Yes.
and maybe she'll even study law in Russia.
I don't know.
You know,
They probably won't have nothing to do with Russia when she get back over
but
here.
I did hear that they did ask Brittany to do basketball,
there.
and she said no.
She said
I want her to. I almost want her to say yeah, just to stop, just to. I don't
There's
know.
so
Lean
much
into
going
it.
on.
Like I
She
said, R.
probably won't-
Kelly.
He should be playing like this.
Like I said, R. Kelly lean. He needs to lean into it.
He has no choice.
Bill Cosby leaned into it.
Yes, he did. He was.
They
like
said
him.
while Bill Cosby was in prison, he was having a book, not book site, workshop.
Yes,
And he was showing them how to become
How to-
better men.
yes. All right, Bill Cosby. I ain't mad at you.
And you need to get your degree, because you know his show is all about HBCU and getting your
Yes,
degree
yes.
and black people educating themselves.
Mhm.
So when he was in prison, he took that same mentality.
Yeah, that same
They
energy.
probably saw him as Cliff Huxtable.
Yeah.
And Fat Albert and
Yeah.
stuff, and said, teach us how do we, become educated and get our degrees. And a lot of black men got their degrees when Bill Cosby was in prison. And
Uh-huh.
he leaned into it.
Yes.
He leaned
And
into
keep
it.
in mind with Paul, Apostle Paul.
He
all
wrote.
them letters he wrote to the Corinthian churches, to the Philippians.
Paul said, while I'm here, I got time to write.
And then when God, at the midnight hour, when the walls broke down, and he said, "God, get me out of here."
And Hoover,
no worries.
And Hoover, he's there. He's teaching classes.
Uh-huh.
And you almost got to lean into it.
Yeah.
Especially if that you're gonna be there either for the rest of your life,
Yeah,
or for a
time
long
frame.
time.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's your life now.
A lot of people find God in prison.
That's your
They
life.
find him.
That's your life. So lean into
Because
it.
that just shows you that the life after is more important.
Lean into it.
Yeah.
Become friends with the warden. Become friends with the
All
guards,
guards,
and just lean into it.
yeah.
The more benefits, you'll get more benefits. Like I told you, our relative,
Mhm.
more benefits because he was winning. He's a basketball player, and he made the team win.
And they loved him.
And you get more benefits.
That's also protection too, because they
That's
figure
protection.
you hurt our, that's our
That's
athlete.
protection. You
Man.
know, almost like Michael Jordan walking through prison.
Don't hurt him.
That's Michael Jordan, man.
I like that.
Lean
That's
into
favorite.
it.
That's favorite.
Lean into it. Because dude was there for 20-some years.
Yes, he was.
All right.
Okay, good. Okay.
Now he out. He ain't getting that same benefit.
No, he not.
And I don't want him to mess up to go back to get it again.
no.
You see how they do? They'll go back.
What is
Recidivism.
Recidivism.
Don't go back.
Yeah, keep
Because
them out.
it's worse out here. You want to go back
Yes.
because everything there you had it was
you
set.
have a taste of freedom and just continue
Wendy
on the
says,
road.
do they go up on parole? Sherelle said she should play as a smart strategy. That's what I said. Wendy said, I used to work in a prison. They could build shelves out of shoe boxes and cook a grilled cheese sandwich on the iron. Yeah.
Look
Cook.
at Martha Stewart.
Some people, Martha said she learned a lot of recipes while she was in there.
Microwave. Because she
Cheryl
hated
said,
microwave.
friends are more protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Martha Stewart leaned into it.
Yes, she did.
She leaned into it. She
And
was
then-
cooking and doing all
Yeah,
kind of
she
stuff when
was.
she
She
was
was probably
in there.
teaching them ladies in their prison how to be homemakers.
All right, let's go to
All right.
Georgia pastor slams GOP
I
nominee
love it.
Herschel
I
Walker
laughed at
in
this.
fiery sermon. We don't need a walker.
We need a runner.
Jamal Bryant, if anybody knows Jamal Bryant,
Yes.
we know he is ladies' man. but
Jamal Bryant.
he is a good minister. He
He's
knows
a
how
very
to preach.
good speaker.
He knows how to preach.
Yes.
An Atlanta area pastor and social justice advocate delivered a fiery sermon Sunday calling for action from Georgians while critiquing Donald Trump's backed Herschel Walker, the GOP nominee for U.S. Senate sent into Georgia. Y'all ain't ready for me today, Jamal Bryant warned the congregation at the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, a mega church about 17 miles southeast of downtown Atlanta. In 2022, we don't need a walker. We need a runner, Bryan said in the recorded sermon ahead of next week's midterm election. For the first time in the Peach State, 2 black candidates, Walker and Democratic incumbent Raphael Warnock are vying for the same Senate seat. They thought we were slow, that we were stupid, that we would elect the lowest caricature of a stereotypical broken black man as opposed to somebody who is educated and it was I can't even speak and focused.
Okay.
Bryant said from the pulpit as congregants cheered. Congregants cheered. Y'all know I can't read.
Okay.
Clapped and nodded heads in the church pews.
Wow.
Warnock won the 2020 special election to fill the remaining 2 years of the Senate seat. Yeah. You know, I told you I see words backwards. I didn't know I was dyslexic.
You're probably dyslexic. Okay.
Sometimes I see the word and I can't really see it. Now, both candidates are running for a full 6-year term.
6 years? I didn't know
we need somebody who's going to run and tell the truth about January 6th. We need someone who's going to run and push for the cancellation of student loan debts, Brian continued. We need someone who is going to run and make the former president respond to a subpoena.
Thank you.
We don't need a Walker.
We need somebody. We want a runner.
We need somebody who will be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding, knowing your labor is not in vain.
Of course, Jamal gonna say that.
So we all know Herschel Walker is a house Negro. We don't need a house Negro.
I gave you my opinion. What would have made him a better, humble man is if he would have just came out and said, I messed up.
What you want me to say?
Back in my young days, that was what the decision
But that's not what they want me to tell.
To make.
I was going to do that. But they told me, they told me not to say that.
Yeah.
I was going to come and say that.
You was going to say that for real, Herschel?
Yeah,
you was going to let people know that you are a changed man?
I told Come Over that my people like for you to come to church and fall on your face before God and repent. And he told me
they told you not
that's
to?
Not what we want. No, that he don't talk like I do. He said, that's not what I want you to do. But then I see it. But Brother Don, Master Don, you don't understand my people. And then Master Don said, you don't understand my people. They don't care if you, whatever, you can walk butt naked down the street, Negro. They want to put you in there because they know you're going to do what I'm telling you to do. You understand this, Simon?
They need that seat filled.
Now, if you don't get it, you want to go out there with the rest of the field, Negro? I got you, Master Don.
Come on,
you ain't got to be so mean, Master Don. I know I kind of buckled up against you. Remember he buckled up against him?
Donald was actually getting ready to say he didn't choose me.
Donald Trump didn't choose me. Then they took him, closed that door, and sat him down and said, look,
Negro,
you say something like that again, you'll be right back outside with the rest of them field Negroes. You got it. And he said, oh, I understand, Master Don.
I know what to say now.
I got what you're saying. Now, what you want me to say? I want you to say she lying.
But I did pay for it.
I want you to say you don't even know who she is. But Master Don, that's my baby mama. I don't care. Say you don't know her. But Master Don, how I'm gonna say I don't know that woman? And that's my baby mama. This dumb Negro said he didn't know who it was. And then the media came out and said, she got a baby with you. Yeah. Oh, her. When you said Mary, I didn't know it. There's so many Marys.
So many women.
Her name's not Mary. Her name's Lakeisha. It's a lot of Lakeishas. I've been with a lot of Lakeishas.
Oh my gosh. That is so true.
Master Don. So Jamal is saying, we don't want a Walker.
We want a runner.
We don't want an Uncle Tom. We don't want somebody that's just going to say.
They're already picking some people are picking his sermon apart as well, because I was telling my sister, You're going to get mixed views on this. You're going to get people who agree with some of the things Jamal is saying as far as he's not the better educated man. No. And he was probably selected to fill the seat. And yeah, maybe people felt because his race that he's going against another race.
Lindsey Graham told you why he could throw a football.
It was something else that they were saying that they didn't agree as far as him talking about Christians, because you got to remember, Jamal Bryant is a Christian. He's a pastor. All Christians don't feel the way he does.
Exactly.
As far as 100% of this.
So there was a negative drawback from what he said.
Exactly, because they do want that seat because of what it stands for some of the laws that's going to change, especially with pro-choice, pro-life thing.
Okay.
So they're not totally in agreement with what he's saying, but they do agree with some of the stuff he's saying.
So they probably disagree with the point that he doesn't understand the importance of abortion being overturned in their party. Like, he don't understand that it doesn't. There's a reason why we pushing Herschel Walker.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with us liking him.
It's the agenda.
It's the agenda and the things that we feel passionate about
as Christians, as conservatives.
Christians. So we have to almost bite the bullet. We agree with you that he's an idiot, but at least he'll push a Christian agenda.
Push our agenda across. That's it. He's a jack.
He is what the people wanted. Who was the Saul? They wanted Saul. They wanted a leader.
Yeah. God said, I wanted to lead you guys. I want to lead my children.
It didn't matter whether...
we want our king. Yeah. We want a king.
And Saul. It didn't matter whether Saul was a righteous man or not.
He looked good.
The point is, he looks good. He won't stop us from serving you. So as long as he fits the suit.
God gave him Saul. And look
so
how
you'll
much
get
trouble Saul gave them.
So they'll get Herschel. Big knothead nurse Herschel.
So Jamal, my hat goes off for you, my brother, because it's been a while. You haven't been talking in a while.
Well, he waited a week before the election. So that's good.
Wow.
But is that going to motivate?
He stirred up some folks, though, in that audience.
Is that going to motivate black people to vote?
I don't know.
I'm hoping that Stacey Abrams motivates them to vote.
Okay.
And while they there, they'll just go ahead and hit what's his name?
Yeah, that's the thing though, because Stacey made I think there was an update, and then Wendy, you may have sent this too, that the numbers for early voting is so large.
Wendy says Hillbilly Jeffro is going to backfire on him because he's going to tell too much if he gets in. I agree, because he's a dummy. Sherelle says, my people. Angela says, where in the Bible does it say to take choice away from women and that they cannot unplug themselves from an unborn fetus? I agree.
You're right, because even
in the Bible,
the Bible gives us a choice to choose God or not. Why would he give us choices? I don't understand
all
that.
Throughout the Bible is choice.
He said, choose ye this day. You're going to serve me. You're going to serve man. So thank you, God, for giving us the choice to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have to take the gift he's even given you as for
so
eternal life. You're
but
right.
I think pro-life, that's not the argument, Angela, for pro-life.
Pro-life.
The pro-life argument is about the rights of the child.
What I had said earlier.
Even though legally you could say the child doesn't have rights, but they feel like he has a right or she has a right as a fetus.
And I was saying this
to be alive
earlier to my sister. A lot of Christians, not all, they believe that whatever the situation is, rape, incest, whatever, the life and death situation of the mom, or any extreme, God should still be the one that makes the decision, not us.
Sherelle says
we make the decision to take the life, and they're thinking, no, let God do that. If some people are results of rape.
Right. Sherelle said, I think our nation needs a leader that God take the rightful place. Angela says the two of you should stand in the mirror and talk about how you're going to vote for someone with such anti-Christian actions just to further your agenda. The Bible just reaffirms whatever you already believe. What religion is God? I don't know what you're talking about, Angela. When you said the two of us should stand in the mirror,
pro-life.
She said the two of you should stand in the mirror and talk about how you're going to vote for someone with such
we never said we was voting
anti-Christian actions just to further your agenda.
We don't have an agenda.
There is no child until it's born. I don't even know what you're talking about, Angela. Well, see, you doing an example of what I said, how you have selective hearing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people on social media and a lot of people who listen to people on television, you have selective hearing. Where in the hell did you hear us say
we're pro-choice
that we are pro-choice or pro-life?
Thank you.
And where did you hear me say I care about any one of y'all agendas?
Yeah.
Democrat or Republican. Both of y'all destroying the black party.
Oh,
the black community.
But I just said also.
So don't go there with me. I don't like either party.
I just said, though, the reasons why a lot of people, Christians have split views on
So you got
pro-life
selective
and
hearing.
pro-choice.
You said religion shouldn't dictate our medical science. Yeah. But where did you hear we said it shouldn't?
But the point
So
is.
wait a minute. Don't have selective hearing. Don't come on my show with selective hearing.
But the point that I'm trying to make is that understand this, regardless of as far as pro-life, pro-choice, understand this. Pro-choice does not mean pro-abortion.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Everybody
People
who is pro-choice,
pro-choice don't mean I'm going to kill my baby.
everybody who is pro-choice
Thank you.
doesn't mean that they don't believe that abortion is murder.
Duh. We understand the seed and the power of the seed and the seed. He knew me in my mama's womb. He knows the number of hairs on our head. Do you not understand life when that egg and that sperm meet?
Yeah, and quit thinking that everybody who is a Christian and everybody who is a born-again believer don't understand choice.
Thank you.
Stop putting everybody in baskets and saying, well, because you're a Christian, you must be a Republican or conservative, and you must be pro-life, and because you are pro-choice, you are a heathen. You must believe that, it's like ridiculous.
Oh, and this has divided everybody with this whole pro-life,
Sherelle
pro-choice
said,
thing.
okay, she said, as I said, let God take his seat.
Yeah, God has always taken his seat.
Yes.
Don't think pro-choice means pro-abortion, though.
Right.
It's giving me the choice between my God
and you have to understand that everybody
and my family.
And you have to understand that everybody don't think like you.
Thank you.
We have people that are friends that are pro-life. We have people that are friends that are pro-choice.
Yes.
Everybody don't think like you.
Yes.
But people who are that are Christian and pro-choice believe that is up to that person and God.
And God.
That's it.
And understand this too. And I was talking to my sister about this. There are a lot of people who are, we were thinking with the as far as not wanting to, there are a lot of people who are not having abortions.
Yeah.
Like you think they are. We're so afraid the life of a child. A lot of the black women, because my friend works in social working, a lot of those black girls, they're not having abortions. They're having those babies. And it may be 4, 5, or 6 babies. They're having them.
Right.
They're not taking their lives
and
of the babies.
Angela said, there is no child until it is born. It's not human. That's what you think. Everybody don't think like you. Okay? So now what? Everybody got to think like Angela?
I don't know.
We all got to think like Angela?
Yeah.
Everybody don't think like that. Some people actually believe the baby inside is a baby and a human.
Yes.
They sing to it. They talk to it. They play music.
Yes. That's a future prophet, a future evangelist, a future pastor.
Wendy said, where's your water bottle?
Girl, where's your water bottle?
I ain't even grab it yet.
Thank
you
you
can make any choice you want, but you have to live with the choice you make. I agree with that. Sherelle says, I don't say I don't have an inclusion opinion for colors. Inclusion. Okay. So all I'm saying is whether they want him to vote the way they want. I don't even know how we got onto abortion.
They have their own agenda.
They have their own agenda.
To represent
and so they don't care what he thinks about anything.
Exactly.
As long as he votes the way they want him to vote.
Right.
That's all they care about.
And the funny thing about it, whoever you were saying that was talking, he's truly the hypocrite.
Exactly.
Because
you're going to take somebody to have an abortion, and then yet you're going to say that you're going to vote against abortion.
That's the hypocrite that's in that position. Just to get an agenda across.
Exactly.
It's going to backfire.
Yeah.
Because that's like Jamal is saying, those are seeds that he's planted. He's going to reap it.
Exactly.
Good or bad, you're reaping what you sowed.
Yeah. And I left my water bottle in the room, Wendy. You're right.
Go get it.
I'm not going to get it. I'll get it later.
Oh, okay. But you're supposed to be talking about it every day.
I know, and I'm drinking out this
stupid,
that's what you call it.
Okay.
All right, let me move on. She made me mad. I hate when people tell me to go. You need to go take a picture.
Don't read what people are saying.
Go take a look in the mirror.
It's none of her business who we're voting anyway. It's none of her
business.
Or
to say what? You don't know what I am. You don't know what I believe in. You know I'm Christian.
Yeah.
And don't think everybody that's Christian is pro-life.
Thank you. Thank you. And
don't think that because we Christian, we don't believe it's a human. I darn well think it's a human.
Yeah. The moment that little heartbeat, boom, 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 boom.
The Bible says before the heartbeat.
Yeah.
I knew you before you was in your mother's womb.
Thank you. So yeah, we understand conception. We understand life.
Let me go on now, because these people make me mad.
Girl. But people don't always say those comments though, and I don't care because I ignore them because I know who my savior is.
Right. But don't put everybody in a box. That's the problem with this country.
We judge. We try to do the Holy Spirit's job.
Yeah.
Don't do the Holy Spirit's job, boo. That's not your job.
And Sherelle said, I just think God is a principled stronghold. He is never wrong. I agree too.
We try to
he'll never fail.
We always judge. We try to do the Holy Spirit's job.
And
that's the Holy Spirit's job.
I don't judge anybody because
thank you, Lord.
I don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in.
Thank you, Lord.
So I can't judge. I can't say, what you're doing is right and what you're doing is
and
wrong.
What you believe is right and wrong. You're going to hell. No, you're not a believer. You lie. Right. You said you love God. If you love God, you would do this.
Right. And you have to understand that if you have two different opposite opinions, you have to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
And I'm being a person believing that that the unborn child is a child. I understand that you can't put what you put on everybody else.
You notice that
everybody don't have your same beliefs.
I'll say this and we can move on. The 10 Commandments was for the children of Israel.
Yes.
You know, when Paul was talking he was telling them they had 10 commandments and they still didn't follow all
exactly.
of them. So why would we feel like a commandment or a law is going to make people abide by it? You
and
still are going to have back alley people doing abortions.
And then Jesus said, I came to fulfill the law.
Woo!
I didn't come to do away with it. I came to fulfill it.
Thank you.
In other words,
it needs to be.
I'm going to tell you what you need to do for you.
Yes.
It's a personal relationship.
Thank you, Jesus. Don't
because years ago, women couldn't wear pants in the church.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden you can wear pants.
Some people still don't wear pants.
You got to do what God tells you
or
to
makeup
do.
or jewelry or
anything.
anything.
So let me go on.
Okay, go ahead.
You make me look in the mirror. You two need to look in the mirror.
We don't have to.
I don't want to look in the mirror. I'm over 200 pounds. I don't want to look in the mirror. I avoid mirror.
And you're going to have people cry. They're going to say, I see now why.
Somebody look in the mirror. No, Angela, when you're over 200 pounds, you don't look in the mirror.
She mean a spiritual.
All right. Takeoff, member of rap group Migos, dead at 28. Ain't that ridiculous?
Oh, that's right.
I told you to write Takeoff's name down.
28.
I'm not going to read the whole thing. Apparently, he was in Houston with Quavo. It is a group, the Migos. It's 3 guys. It used to be 3 guys.
Okay.
Offset, who's married to Cardi B, who y'all know. Right. Everybody know Cardi B.
Offset's her.
Offset.
Right. Okay.
Let me see what Wendy said. Every commandment hangs on these 2. Love God and love thy neighbor. That's right. That's the number 1 commandment.
Love the Lord thy God with all thy might.
Exactly.
So
anyway,
go ahead.
So
which we love you. So regardless of our opinions.
Yeah, I'm reading you, Angela. I still love you.
We love you, girl.
I read everybody. It don't matter who come on here.
That's
you say something.
I have to stop her from calling people morons too. So
I didn't call Angela a moron.
No, I'm saying grateful. You haven't.
She didn't say nothing that was a moron.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why I didn't call her a moron.
Okay,
I do call people morons though.
I know,
but she didn't say nothing that was moron.
No,
she just said her opinion, and I didn't agree with it.
But you still shouldn't call people morons.
No, if they say something stupid, I am.
Okay.
Right. Wendy said they got no argument over a card game. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened was, what he didn't get, it was Quavo. They was playing dice.
Okay.
They was playing dice in Houston.
Wow.
And apparently this is all, again, the story could change tomorrow. This is just people texting each other saying what happened that night.
Okay.
And Quavo was losing. And he got mad. And he apparently owed some money or whatever. He probably was questioning. Right? You got Quavo. Because I talked about Quavo and Sweetie before.
Okay, go ahead.
And he was owing money. And apparently he probably, we don't know, but I'm speculating. He probably was saying that somebody was doing something unscrupulous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing it right.
Okay.
And so the other guy got upset and they start bucking up against each other. Okay. And somebody from Takeoff's camp, the one that died, pulled out a gun. And that made everybody else pull out a gun, because you know these Negroes think they in Clint Eastwood movie,
right?
Not realizing if you pull a gun out, be prepared to use it.
Death Valley.
They keep thinking they in The Boys in the Hood or Death Valley from Clint Eastwood, and they stand there with their hand on the hip like nobody gonna shoot.
That's a movie, though.
That's a movie, you big dummy.
Oh, no.
If you pull a gun out, be prepared to use it.
Oh, my goodness.
Period.
Yeah.
All right, so he pulled a gun out. Apparently, we don't know who started shooting first. Some people say it was Takeoff side first.
So they're still
Some people say they're still investigating it. But whatever, this one guy said somebody from Takeoff side literally shot him, Takeoff, by mistake.
Oh, my goodness. So he got shot by mistake.
By mistake.
Just being there.
Being there. And he didn't even have anything to do with the argument.
Oh.
And if you know anything about the Migos, Takeoff is the most quiet one.
Is he?
He don't bother nobody. He don't do nothing.
You think that
anything, Quavo should have been the one that been hit. Because he run his mouth all the time.
I'm sure these guys feel bad.
Wendy said these young people think they're in a rap video. Yeah, they don't think it's real.
Yeah.
That's why you see them throwing the gun sideways. Who shoots like that? A real shooter don't shoot like that.
That bullet kills. That bullet can kill you. And it killed him.
Sherelle says, think that everyone would think the same. No. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, so he ended up getting shot in the head and in the neck.
Oh.
The guys started shooting at each other. I think only 3 of them got shot. It wasn't that many.
But he's the only one
that died. But he's the only one that died.
That's sad.
And they were showing it on film.
What do you mean showing it? Somebody was videotaping it?
Somebody showed him on the ground with blood coming out of his head and the people standing around talking and filming. And that's the society. That's what I want to try to talk about.
It's the gladiator thing.
We have gotten so to the point to where death and watching somebody die is numb. It's like a movie or a video game.
You guys,
it's not even real anymore.
There was a shooting on Halloween.
Yeah, here in Chicago.
In Chicago, West Side. Kids got shot. Halloween.
Trick-or-treating.
Trick-or-treating. What was wrong with us?
So my thing is,
oh my God.
My thing is, it's not political. Again, they got to try to make everything political. Now they talking about gun laws. What is gun law? First of all, most of the guys that was probably in there, even if you had a gun law, they still would have had guns.
They still would have been carrying.
These are not probably your law-abiding guys that's going to go out and get a FOID card.
Especially if they taking pictures of themselves doing this on video.
So stop with the gun law.
What's the gun law going to do?
Stop with the gun laws, and if there was stricter gun laws.
One of the things that they're trying to do with the gun laws is those shootings like at the schools or at Walmart, where the automatics that shoot like 20 people at one time. I'm sure nobody had an automatic.
Now,
right?
Wendy, you talked about that thing. If I had my thing, see how I'm down to this? I filled it with 2.
But Wendy said, where is it?
No, I'm saying I would fill it with 2 of these bottles, and I would be sitting here drinking it, and I would have drank 2 of these down.
Nobody wants to hear that.
No, I'm saying I'm almost done, and now I ain't gonna have no water.
You need to have that needs to be stuck to your arm everywhere you go.
But anyway,
go ahead.
So that's kind of just, I want to send condolences to his family. I was actually up because I'm up late.
Yeah,
I was up when it actually happened.
Because
I was watching it. It was like 2:00 in the morning or something.
Who videotaped this?
But wait a minute, I was up.
Oh my
and I was watching YouTube because I'm on YouTube all the time. And I started seeing people and TikTok who were there, who were filming live and stuff. And I was seeing it and I was like, is Takeoff dead? And they was like, yeah, Takeoff just got shot or whatever. And I said, the first thing I thought of was, the people in his family don't even know.
Oh my, they know.
That's how you find out
before the family.
They don't even know. You find out your relative, your son, your cousin, your brother, because you on TikTok.
They were saying that in South Korea when they had that crowd situation and a lot of people died. They were letting the moms and the family didn't even know. They would tell the mother and she would just fall out. Well, she didn't know her kids was at that concert and was dead.
Well, the Jacksons found out about Michael Jackson from TMZ.
Oh my goodness!
You all saw it. They showed him coming out the house.
Oh my goodness! Social media.
They showed him coming out the house. He was in. Y'all remember on the stretcher?
Yeah.
Janet Jackson said they had to find out what hospital y'all taking him to.
Oh my goodness! You would think the family would know first. This is social media world, you guys. Social media. Like, oh my goodness.
Wendy says nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing, because they literally showed him on the ground with blood coming out of his head.
Oh, Lord.
And people were standing around taping
them.
Videoing it.
It's like the George Floyd
and
thing.
dragging
they showed the cops' knee on him, so family members were watching the son and the brother or whatever die. And he was literally, they seeing all this in current time. They seeing this.
Right.
Well, they probably didn't see it because you were up. So family members probably didn't know until
they
later.
woke up to this. They probably got texts.
Yeah.
People was texting saying,
Ma,
Takeoff is, they showing him on TikTok.
Brother man is Mom. He had a thing, Ma. They showing him on the ground.
And Twitter, because Elon Musk owns Twitter,
yeah,
they probably scraped some of them. But if you was up that actual time, they showed even more graphic on Twitter.
In live video capture. Oh, no.
People were showing everything.
And it's
sad.
I watch
True said so sad.
Special Victims SVU, Special Victims Unit. What's the show with Ice-T and stuff?
I know it.
They did some episodes with that. They did episodes where the filming and the footage, it messed up the court casing situation. Whenever they get videos, because they have to tell them you have to stay off social media.
Well,
stay
let's look now. Here's a catch-22.
What?
Because of so much social media, that's how the police is piecing it together. Because nobody's talking. But I could go to anybody's Instagram. I could see everybody in the room.
And get the story.
I'm literally looking at everybody in the room. I'm looking at where they standing. I'm looking at Quavo.
So
I'm looking at where Takeoff is. I'm looking at the guy. They even have Quavo on his Instagram going to this game or this dice place. The guy who shot him by mistake sitting next to him with the gun.
Oh my
that
goodness.
Shot him.
That helps in criminal
on
court.
Instagram.
That's a shut and close and shut case already.
So it's almost like a catch. We have so much social media, but in another way, they can piece the case together with all the social media.
To think about. My God, it's a catch-20. It's like, oh.
So anyway, sad. Again, condolences go out to his family. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned George Floyd because I didn't want to do a whole segment on Kanye, but I just wanted to mention the fact that he's still getting fallout from saying that comparing his issue with George Floyd and Emmett Till. And apparently he went to his son's soccer game, or it's either Saint. It might have been Saint. Yeah, I can't remember. He got all them kids. He got so many dang on kids.
Well, it's not like what's his name?
Right,
all the kids.
Right. Went to his, the soccer game. Saint. If it's Saint, then that's the boy. And got into a little altercation with one of the parents there, and you can see them yelling, and then he walks away.
I wonder what that was about.
She probably said it was probably a Karen. Everybody keep calling her a Karen. She probably walked up, "Excuse me, Kanye, we don't want you here.
I'm a Jewish lady, and you offended me."
She probably not even Jewish.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm a white lady, and I'm offended for the Jews. And I don't want you here. We don't want you here. And everybody else wasn't even, they wasn't even, it's just her.
Oh my God.
We don't want you here. Wow. I don't know what she said to him. We don't know. They wasn't close enough. But you can see there was some altercation. They was arguing.
Go to these games anymore.
And he walked away with those "I know what you did last summer" boots. Got in the car, cooled off apparently, and then he came back and watched the rest of the game.
Oh wow!
So I don't know. Wow. It was probably a Karen.
He may have to stay away from these events
because that's his kids. His kids.
A lot of
she the only one that said something. Okay. Everybody else ain't gonna say nothing.
No more Karens come up to him though.
Karens always do that. Most people have sense enough to know there's kids around.
Yeah.
And he's there to see his kid.
Yes. Leave him alone.
Just let the man with his, I know what he did last summer, boo. Sit, watch his kid play, and leave. As long as he's not saying nothing.
That's true. He's not bothering anyone.
They act like he committed murder or something.
The media is not in his face, so why is she?
If O.J. Simpson could go golf and with a cigar in his mouth, Kanye West should be able to go and sit and watch his child play game.
Play without being bothered by
a Karen.
That's funny.
So just leave it alone. It's always a Karen. Always. You shouldn't be here. I'm gonna. And nobody else was saying nothing. Nobody else was saying nothing. They was like, I don't care about. They ignore him. I don't care about that man. Kim was there. She didn't even say hi to him.
See,
just leave him alone and let him sit down and watch the game and then leave.
I think that's the mindset of a Karen. They feel like they're
Joe Public.
Yeah, they try to they're taking advantage of the fact that they need to be vocal about something. And they can be totally wrong and off.
Yeah.
But there's privilege to do that.
Wendy says ignorance and cruel and slandering Roxy Washington, Gianna's mother. Yeah. For saying all the stuff he said about George Floyd's
the baby mother.
The mother of his child, all of that. Mm-hmm. Just whatever it is, if he's not there talking and running his big mouth, let him sit there and watch his child, and then he can leave.
Okay. He's
still getting backlash. I told y'all he got to be broken all the way down. He's not there yet. He's been suspended off of Instagram again. He was only back for 4 days, and he already posted something that was wrong, and he had to go back. So just leave them alone and let them talk. The more you let them talk, the more you see how they stupid.
Yeah.
And then that's what I'm telling you. People won't follow after. But when you don't let them say nothing, then people gonna think he's the smartest person in the room.
Right. Just leave him alone.
Just leave him alone. Let him watch his kid and move on. All right.
Okay.
DDG. Real quick. DDG is, you got him written down, I'm sure, because I talk about DDG all the time. DDG,
yeah, I got him.
YouTuber.
What's her name?
Yeah, they're cute. I don't know why I like DDG and Haley.
Let's see if it lasts, because they're so young.
I know. They're so young and cute. But Wendy says, I think the reality is that we have to accept the fact that this is who he is. I think he's going to be broken, Wendy. I think God is going to break him down, and he going to, I don't know, whatever. If he don't break him down, if he do break him down, we have to learn how to ignore Kanye.
Yeah.
So
we can keep life going.
And keep life moving. When you got people like Takeoff that just got killed, I'm sure Kanye quiet today.
But you know the funny thing,
because that's what's important is life.
But the funny thing is, we're just talking about him. We're giving updates. We're giving our opinions. But our life should not revolve around any of these people we talk about.
I don't give them.
You know, if you feel led to pray for him, okay, of course. But
pray for him.
Not where I'm like, oh my God, what's Kanye going to do
when
tomorrow?
I turn this video off, I'm not thinking about none of them.
Going back to my
regular life. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna retire.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
She's 60, I'm 54. That's what my mind is. We don't have no kids. Who taking care of us?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mind is. Mm-hmm. All right, but anyway, DDG and Haley, they so cute. He was on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
And he was talking about, they was asking him about, is he being taken serious as a rapper? And he's saying he still has an issue because people still see him as a YouTuber. You made a lot of money, DDG, on YouTube, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of these rappers don't have that money. They fronting. You actually have the millions.
But he wants the millions to be as a rapper.
He wants to be the rapper. Yeah. And then dating her, because she's big now. With the Little Mermaid coming and all of this stuff. And
he has some thick skin.
I don't want him. Don't become Bobby Brown.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Don't become, what's the one with all the kids?
With the turban?
Yeah.
That was married to, what's her name?
Yeah, Mariah Carey. Nick Cannon. Don't become Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was literally holding the door and holding Mariah's dress when she was getting out the car. So just continue doing what you're doing. Yeah. Keep doing your rap. Keep doing all of that.
Platform too.
And he said he noticed now he's getting more attention. She's introducing him to people. He said he was standing next to Tyler Perry. I told you that when they went to that gala. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do fashion. She got him into that. He's into fashion, but he didn't do the fashion shows. And she's taking him to places he's never in his wildest dreams.
Hopefully, prayerfully, understand you guys, as this couple continues on, let's say worst case scenario, in another few years, they break up and it's not a good one.
Yeah.
She can't hold it against him as far as, I helped him. I helped meet him.
And I don't think she would.
Career. You know what I'm saying? Some people can be bitter.
I don't think
because of that.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't think she's that type of person.
I hope
so I'm rooting for him. He calls her his wife now. So I hope they do get married and have kids. They're young. And he's at the age now where you do get married.
20 what?
24, 25, something like that. Yeah, it is.
We look at it now. Back in the day, it was okay age.
24 was old back in the day.
Yeah. We were like, get married at 22.
18.
Right out of college.
You got married at 18, out of high school.
Well, I'm just saying most people went to college. After they got out of college, they got married.
22, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I want them to get married and have babies. And I like both the families. And I didn't know Charlamagne was kin to her. She's his cousin.
Oh, for real?
I know, ain't that funny?
Did he always know that, or he just found
They
that
told
out?
him. They have relatives. They from both small towns in South Carolina.
Really?
And they ken each other, like where our family is, where they all
my
ken each other.
God.
Isn't that something?
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to bring that out.
Okay.
Shirley Raff was 45 minutes late to her flight on Delta, and she made a video saying that she was being kind, but it's one of those ones where you throw shade and you kind at people.
Yeah.
Where you say, I have over 3 million miles with Delta.
Uh-huh.
In other words, you could have opened the door and let me in.
Oh, they didn't let her on?
No, they didn't let her on. So she went and got another ticket from American Airlines and made sure that she told everybody
Was
that.
other people on that flight, though?
Oh, I don't know. She was late, 45 minutes.
I know,
So,
but was she thinking they were supposed to hold the flight for her because of who she is?
or no, 4 minutes. Was it 4 minutes? Emmy
45
Award.
minutes.
Oh yeah, flight 45-minute cutoff. Oh, you have to check in 45 minutes before
Because
the
we
flight.
tried to do that. Remember, we
And
were
she
late
was,
for our flight.
and she was 4 minutes late, and they didn't let her. That's what she was mad.
4
at.
minutes late.
Then that 45-minute cutoff. Whatever it was, it wasn't that. Yeah,
But was it the 45-minute cutoff up where the luggage part of it is? Because remember, they told us.
it
too.
says Emmy Award-winning actress Shirley Raff arrived at the Delta check-in desk 4 minutes after her flight's 45-minute cutoff for luggage drop-off.
drop-off. I see that happening. That happened to us because we were not. Our flight hadn't left yet. But there's a time
There's a
you have to
time.
give your luggage to
So
them.
they said it may not be them. It may be that's the rule.
It's a rule. I believe it.
So she got ate up on Twitter for posting that. People were saying, "Who you think you are? You
That's
think you're special?
a part of
Why
me-
should you think that you
No.
should be different than anybody
A
else?"
part of me felt like if she feels that way, then she needs to take a private plane like the Kardashians had.
Right.
Use their plane. Because
So
that big head of yours,
They got her.
you don't need to hold anybody, break their rules.
Right.
Because of who you are.
She got red for filth. Let me see if she can say it on here.
Hey everybody, a blessed Sunday to you. So listen, this just happened. I went to the airline, you know, the one that I'm a 3 million miler on, to check my bags, and I was 4 minutes late because they need 45 minutes for you to check in. And the woman said, oh, there is absolutely nothing we can do for you. I was like, it's only 4 minutes. I've checked in on flights later than this with more. Oh, absolutely not. And I was just saying, you know what, in these days and times, just be kinder, just be nicer, because you just never, ever know. Anyway, I just bought my ticket on American Airlines and we'll be flying now. Thank you. God bless you and be well.
They were saying that was nice, nasty.
That was, she was
It was
being
nice,
nasty.
nasty. I like Shirley Raff.
She's
but,
cool though.
But you know that
But
was.
they
and
are
then what do you
really
mean you'll
sticklers
never
on
know?
that.
Never know what who you talking to. So you are a celebrity or?
What was
So
the-
I love you,
comment about
Shirley,
that?
but sorry, honey, you know different than
Now,
everybody
and
else.
to your point, Shirley Raff.
But I don't think
you're-
she should have been beat up on though.
No, not beat up. But to her point, what entertainer could have probably been okay with that 4
Michael
minutes?
Jordan or, but see, they wouldn't be on Delta Airline, like
Yeah,
you said.
they'll
They would be
bypass,
flying in a private jet.
Yeah.
All right, so quickly takeaways from SCOTUS affirmative action case.
This is the donkey.
Donkey of the day.
Okay.
I don't want to go into detail because maybe we can talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I really
Why
want
is
to
it
get
donkey
into
of the
this.
day, though?
I really want to get into affirmative action.
She and I have gotten a very good conversation about
and
this.
and both and show both viewpoints.
Both viewpoints. Yes, you guys.
For affirmative action and against affirmative action.
Removing it.
Removing it.
Yes.
We got in a heated discussion.
Yes.
I'm not going to say which one of us fall on which side.
Yes.
But what I will say is Donkey of the Day
Mhm.
from Charlemagne went to Uncle Tom, Clarence Thomas.
Call him Uncle Tom.
Because this is before the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Abolishing
They're
this,
talking about this now.
taking away affirmative action.
Yes.
And Clarence Thomas said he don't even understand the definition of diversity. Someone please explain to him what is diversity.
The meaning of diversity.
He don't know what the mean. He hears so many definitions. He don't know.
Okay.
So
Maybe
Wendy
that's a survey. You
says,
haven't done surveys in a while.
I know. I think the reality is that we have to accept who Kanye is. Of course not, but he's dominating the news cycle. Yes, unfortunately, Kanye. My grandmother was 15 when she got married. Yeah.
Yeah.
MC says, "Oh boy, a clown." Either both Kanye and
Oh, what?
and I don't know who MC is talking about. If you talking about Uncle Clarence Thomas, or you talking about Kanye?
Oh, well,
both are clowns.
both
So
are clowns.
we went from one clown to another.
Okay.
But I hope you're not talking about Shirley Ralph, MC. No, Shirley Ralph's not a clown.
Oh, well.
But yeah, we'll talk about affirmative action tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll talk
We're not
about...
going to say why he's... Oh, because he said, because of that comment, that's why he's donkey.
Yeah. And because he will be one of the people that will vote to get rid of it.
Okay.
And he's a black man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have to talk about that. Oh, she said both. MC said both.
Okay.
So we'll talk about this tomorrow. We always try to come on around the same time, 4:00 East Central Time. Sometimes we late a little bit later.
You guys do your homework. Look at what's going on with this, because it's the Asian Americans that are really pushing for this to be removed. Think about that.
And y'all already know I got something to say about that.
And then we hear people like Colin Powell, God rest his soul. He spoke about affirmative action and how he became the level that he's in the
he wouldn't have been in the military
in the military at that level. And
some people would say, well, that was at that time.
So there's pros and cons.
Some people would say, well, that was
at that time.
50
it was
years
a different
ago.
time. Yes.
So we'll talk about that tomorrow.
It's a different time. We're going into different times now, everybody, where these things now, and I was telling my sister, a lot of things are happening where it's setting us back over 100 years.
See, you talking about it now. We're going to talk about it tomorrow.
Well, there's things to think about. Our voting rights is one. The whole Roe versus Wade. Everything is just going back.
See how you'll still go.
Come over says, make America
great again.
Yeah.
So we're going back to the 50s.
To what year is that?
Next will be, we should have our own water fountains.
Okay.
And it'll be a legal case on why.
Colors only. Okay.
There's a reason why black people should have their own fountain and white people should have their own fountain.
Yes.
And we just don't know what to do with all the mixed people. Because there's too many of them now.
Oh my
Back in the
God.
day, it wasn't that many.
It wasn't that many.
I guess they could go to either fountain. They could go to whatever one they want to. If you walk up with
No, it'll be the paper bag test. If you're darker than that paper bag.
No, because Obama's darker than the paper bag and he's mixed.
He has to go to the color side.
But then what if there's somebody in his family?
We have family members that are lighter than that bag.
So if you walk
they
up,
would go to
so if you walk up with a black dad and a white mom,
y'all have to go to
and you're darker and your sibling is lighter, you're lighter, so you could go to the light water fountain.
You see how crazy this sounds? See how crazy that sounds?
Wendy says, set your video on voters suppression. Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about that too. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And always believe. Don't forget to check out our Woods items. It'll have my water bottle in there. It'll be in the description. All right?
Okay.
And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.